In this video we're going to find out if the PUMA Fast FWD Nitro Elite is fast, moves you forward and actually works for somebody who's not an elite. What is up everybody, and welcome to Elite Runners HQ here at 40 Runs. Yes, only elite runners live in this household like myself. Okay, so how this is going to work, we're going to take this shoe to parkrun. Now, parkrun, if you don't know what it is, maybe you're watching this in Peru, parkrun is like a timed 5k, free 5k event that happens every Saturday across the UK. There are some around the world, but it's extremely popular here in the UK. So I've got the opportunity to go down to Southend and do a 5k parkrun this weekend. The reason I chose the one I'm going to do instead of the other one in Southend is because it is so flat. You literally go up and down and it is proper flat. So we're going to do that and we're going to find out what this shoe's like. But before we do that, let's quickly go through the stats and features and tell you what is going on with this odd looking shoe. Now before we do that, I've got to give the guys at Start Fitness a shout out because they provided me this shoe. Now you can get over to startfitness.co.uk and you can pick up all the latest running shoes and gear, and you can find some amazing prices on especially running shoes on their website startfitness.co.uk. You can also use the code 40runs and you're going to get yourself a cheeky little discount. Okay, so stats and features time. Firstly, this shoe is £200. Yes, £200. And get ready for it, 7.3 ounces, 209 grams in my UK 9.5, and it fits true to size. Okay, so the midsole, we've got nitro foam, which is a little bit firmer. Inside of that, you've got a flexible plate. So we've got, I don't know if you can see that, but you've got the power plate, which is flexible and tuned up for this shoe. Sorry, it's more flexible than some of the other shoes that Puma do. You've also got a layer of Pebax foam in there, and then you've got, above that, a Pebax insole as well. So think of it as like 3 layers: foam, plate, little bit of foam, and then like your insole. Actually, that's 4 layers, isn't it? Anyway, you get the gist. The shoe's got an 8mm drop. We've got 34mm stack in the heel. We've got a single layer mono mesh upper with a load of power tape on it to add some form of structure to the upper. We've got the speed tail at the rear end, which is like a heel counter. Otherwise, that would just totally collapse. It's like a spoiler. But we've got the speed tail at the back to add some rigidity to the heel. What else do you need to know? The tongue is not gusseted. The laces are just through these eyelets here. It's really back to basic stuff. I just want you to think of basically your carbon plates and foam and your foot on top. Okay, so this shoe was developed by Puma because their elite runners were asking for a sort of non-spike racing shoe for like road and track, but didn't have spikes in it. They looked at the setup of the shoe, and they basically, and rightly so, came to the conclusion that when you're sort of racing and going for it, you're sort of mid to 4-foot striking. So that's why they've carved a lot of this out. They're looking at this sort of position that you would be running on. As you hit the heel, you sort of move forward, and that takes you onto that transition and very aggressive toe spring there, and that takes you through your stride. So that's the thinking of it, and that's why they've set the shoe up in this very peculiar looking way. But they've tried to save weight where they can, but also set the shoe up so it is designed for running on your toes effectively, with that very flexible plate snapping you off and pushing you along. Right, okay, does that all make sense? Hopefully it does, and hopefully I've got some of that right. Right, we're now going to take this to Southend to parkrun. We're going to do that 5k. I'll let you know how I get on, and then we'll come back and we'll sort of review it, and I'll let you know how I found the shoe. Okay, right, so review time. Where do we start? Right, okay, so according to Strava, which whether you take that or not, I was 19 minutes and change, which was pushing along. It was a high effort for me, although I didn't feel like I was on sort of top of my game, but that's okay, I can live with that. I did a marathon a few weeks ago, and like 50-mile bike rides, which was a stupid idea. But anyway, I didn't feel like I was on top form, but I still pushed under a 20-minute 5k, so I'm very happy with that. But yeah, there's some big takeaways from this shoe. Okay, so I think actually, let's talk about things I like and things I don't like and make it a little bit easier in terms of breaking it down. Okay, so the things I like the upper. I like the traditional feeling of the shoe. I like the heel clip. I think that's an important part of the shoe. I like the power tape and the way it's all set up to sort of give you some sort of lateral support, medial support in the shoe, but not overkill. You just literally want to stick this on like a racing flat and go for it. I like the way they've done that. I like the weight. I think it's just over 7 ounces. It's perfect. It feels light and it feels relatively fast when you've got it underfoot. I like the outsole. The Puma grip is phenomenal on this, and it was like gripping onto that tarmac really, really nicely as I ran along. I really, really like that. What else? That's probably it actually in terms of likes. Okay, so dislikes. I didn't really feel like I enjoyed the ride. I don't think I got the most out of the shoe. I was running 6.5 minute miles, but I don't think I was running quick enough in the shoe to get the most out of it. I didn't like particularly the foam setup. It just wasn't giving me enough feedback. For example, I'd much rather, on reflection, run that part run in my Hoka Rocket X2. I think I'd get much more feedback from that shoe. So I didn't particularly like that. Obviously, it feels really weird, but it is what it is. Yeah, there was just something missing from this shoe today that kind of, I don't know, I was just really lacking the confidence and the feedback from the shoe to sort of push me on. When I was getting into the later stages of the effort, and I was dying on my rear end, I was like, I don't know, I just got all out of shape. And that's the thing, I think the shoe rewards you probably when you're on it, right? And you're proper gunning it. So if you are one of these maniacs who runs really, really fast, then probably, yes, this shoe will work. But for us mere mortals, I'm not sure this is actually set up and will work for us. I just don't think we're fast enough. So I don't want to beat down on the shoe because I just simply think that this shoe is not set up for me. I think this is set up for somebody like, Ben is running, Ben Felton. Make sure you watch his YouTube channel, or Andy Forrester Dean, check his YouTube channel. Those guys are like proper rapid. This shoe is probably more set up for them. Ben runs, what is it? Was it a 2:28 marathon or something maniac like that? And like Andy runs a 2:40. So do you see what I mean in terms of their 5k times? I mean, Ben runs under a 15-minute 5k. So this is what I'm saying to you. I think this shoe is not for us everyday runners. But it was an interesting experiment, right? And that's the thing. And I think that's the key takeaway, because this shoe is £200. So you don't want to be spending £200 on this. You're better off spending that money on something like a Rocket X2 from Hoka, which has the versatility of being able to do those 5Ks, but also then probably go and do a cheeky half marathon or even a marathon. So yeah, I think if you're one of those quick people, then this is an option, right? This is definitely an option. But these 5k super shoes, I just think for everyday runners are, to be honest with you, a complete waste of money. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with this shoe. I think it's more to do with me and my form and the way I run and the speed at which I run at, actually, that didn't get the best out of the shoe. Does that make any sense? So I don't want to beat down the shoe because I think it's really interesting. It's really innovating what they've done, but I don't think it's for me. Okay guys, right, there we go. Let me know in the comments, is there a shoe that you've got? Maybe it's a Takumi Sen 9 or something that you've got because you think it's going to make you run fast over 5k and it's not made any difference. Let me know in the comments. I'll be very interested. And also what your thoughts are on these sort of 5k super shoes. I know they did the New Balance did the, what was it, SC Comp or whatever it was called, and I don't think that took a lot of people's interest either. So let me know in the comments what your thought is on these sort of 5k super shoes. I'll be very interested to know. Right, that's it from me, guys. I'll catch you later.